Hello, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all my lovely family, and welcome to 2026. And wishing you all a very happy New Year. Walaikum salam. I'm good, Alhamdulillah. Malak, how are you? Malak, silver, very nice. Silver is going to make lots and lots of millionaires. Particularly, I have been very much bullish on silver since $20, $21 way back in 2023, and also 2025 I've been shouting and screaming to load and load silver around $32 in 2022 as well, and 2023 as well. And now I would say that if somebody asks me if really they want to load, I'll just probably update about the silver, what can be expected as and when we move to the stream. Well, so hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wishing you all a very happy new year. Welcome to the stream. Walaikum salam, brother Abu Malak. And silver is exploding, and people are just running behind silver. Well, I was the one, probably people won't even, they were not even aware of what's going to happen to silver. I was the one that I told that silver is going to explode. It's just like a big Adam and Eve, or you can say cup and handle pattern. Nobody even recognized it, and I mentioned that it's going to happen. We loaded silver around $22. We loaded, silver at $31, $32. Even last year, 2025, I mentioned that silver is clearly very, very bullish, and it should not be ignored. And whatever the dips you get it, you just buy and probably keep it. That's what silver actually did. And at this point, probably if you are aiming to load more on silver, or where you want to buy, probably just have to wait for the stream. We'll cover silver as well in the stream. So to begin with, guys, first of all, we just want to talk more on hard and time frame for Bitcoin. So first of all, congratulations to those who played the longs with me. We perfectly booked the profits, and so we're just going to start from the lower term time frame scenarios, what we can expect probably for the month of Jan. Now, before I go into that scenario, just wanted to touch upon what my hard term time frame for Bitcoin looks like. Well, the hard term time frame for Bitcoin doesn't change. It's clearly don't change. The hard term time frame is something that is very, very tricky at the moment. However, looking to 2026 is another year, and probably the consecutive year with two blood moons. People who say the blood moon are bullshit, basically, you can probably ask those guys, or you can ask yourself that I have saved your capital in February, when we were out of the market, preserving capital in October, before the October dump, when I mentioned that we are about to dump. So that's what, the two biggest dump we had in 2025, like liquidating more than, I would say, $26 billion worth of longs in those two windows. So those two blood moon is coming, and this time the blood moons are not only the blood moons we are going to see from an astrology perspective, because I have some friends who does such things, and they're very good actually. So one of my friend told me that this year is a fire horse year, and I don't know what does it mean, but in Chinese astrology, the fire horse year is a very dangerous year. Basically, it's like, in historically, if you see, we have seen such price actions in those years. So if you go back to the fire horse year, it was, it was in 2014 when we had a horse year, and that was the year when we had a massive dump. So the 5 horse year is not a good one, of course, and clearly to blood moon, nothing is good about it. But we still have lot of time between the blood moon 5 horse year and the 6th of Jan today. We have lot of time. So what's going to happen? That's what we want to know. So first of all, let's go to the Bitcoin short-term time frame. What we can expect from market. Well, BTC, we did a very interesting ABC scenario, and to speak about it, what we can look for is we did long the bottom. We longed here, if you remember, and we booked profits around here on this move up. And then what happened is, again, as soon as we were seeing that the pump is going to happen, we relonged, and then we booked profits around 94.6, 94.8, anywhere in between, as I mentioned yesterday. Now I see a very interesting Wyckoff pattern forming on BTC. So if you look at the Wyckoff, I'm just gonna probably go down to 4 hours or 12 hours time frame. The Wyckoff pattern is that we got a wave 3 and we are not yet topped, guys. I personally feel that we have not topped. We need a bigger liquidity, and what I feel is the 91.8k to 90,966 or 90,966. Probably that is the levels probably we will see the wave 4, anywhere in between. Exactly, I can't say, but anywhere in between. We have got a good support, H4 support around 91,850, and probably I'll be looking for some scalps over there. Now people feel that, hey, I mean, we have topped and we need to short. People are shorting. It's like a one more wave is missing. If you just look at the 4 hours time frame, you will see, yes, the one more wave is missing. Now the RSI speaks otherwise. RSI, based on the RSI, yes, the wave counts are done. But if you look at from 2 hours or 1 hour perspective, I really don't see that bearish divergence on 1 hour time frame. You see, this normally bear divergence happens when it happens normally between wave 3 and wave 5. Now it's something that you need to it's a point of argument. Why? Because if this is wave 1, if this is wave 2, the move on an upside was wave 1, and this was your wave 3, 4. Now that what we are doing, once we take the liquidity and we go for one more push up for the wave 5, and that's how this divergence that we saw was the divergence in a wave 3 basically. So that was wave 3 and 5 of wave 3 basically, and not like a bigger wave, bigger wave 3 and 5. So I personally think that one more bounce is still a possibility, and all the thing depends on 91,848. Yesterday I did mention that in the community, in the Discord, I mentioned that USDT dominance is forming a very solid bullish divergence. That was a very good bull divergence. I mentioned that one more down, take the sweep, go to 1414, and khalas. I mean, it just pumps up, and that's exactly what it did. It was a very good bull divergence over here. Another bull divergence it formed over here. It's a 2 bullish divergence it had on 1 hour, and a very good bullish divergence it had on 4 hour as well. I posted both, and I also mentioned do not look for alts long at this point, because it's a way, I would say a way risky at this point. The reason and only reason being was the H4 bull divergence. I was aiming for 2 longs, SUI, which literally went nuts after I closed, but the idea was perfect, and I personally, a lot of people were wrote the SUI, because I was confident that this will play out. But I already had a Bitcoin long with a massive good position, so I just wanted to stay out a bit. I just want to win it. I want to win, basically, whether it's a BTC or altcoins, doesn't matter. So at this point, what you're watching is the 91,856 is your support. Once it loses these levels that we have already tested, see, it's testing right now in front of our screen. Once we lose these levels, I mean, you can consider that the top is in. This was your top. This is the deviation. And we will be aiming for a spring. A spring would be anywhere under 80,600 would be your spring. Okay, that would be a very, very good spring for the market. Now let's talk more about the Wyckoff accumulation. So this is the very good Wyckoff. It's more of an accumulation pattern. So when we saw a massive dump over here, look at the volume here on the 4 hour. It was a massive selling climax. Yes, the selling climax was perfect. Literally the perfect selling climax. The reason why I tell you, because normally a selling climax, this is a very good, interesting theory to learn, guys, for those who really want to learn. Selling climax normally end up with a green candle. I mean, my candles are yellow. I mean, you can say green candles, normally followed by some sort of a hammer or, some sort of a doji, but a green candle. It can even form a pennant, a bullish pennant, or even a bullish engulfing candle, but some sort of a green candle and a strong green candle with a big tail. So that would be a very good selling climax. Then we had a massive run up towards the liquidity that we had around 94K. And yes, we took that liquidity, okay, on 9th of December, and after which we started dumping. And we did not dump in a fashion like a flat dump. We dumped in like, zigzag fashion. And that was your ST, okay? After that, we moved to sideways, a little bit more accumulation, A, then a triangle formation, wave B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we just went for AR. It's like a testing of resistance. So we tested the resistance basically. This was the resistance we already tested. We have one more very solid liquidity around 96K. So I'm not sure whether we're gonna test it. It all depends on this wave 4 and how are we going to hold $91,848. So we hold 91,848. We go up one more time, wrecked everyone at 96K. Make people bullish, FOMO, and then we dump, or it's already done. Kalas, the top is in, and you're just simply going to dump it back down to SD. So if you really want to long, your stop loss would be the golden pocket zone, which is 90,069. So just make yourself like, okay, you want to long here? Okay, fine, no problem. You should be looking to have your stop loss around this for like 1.7%, which is around 90,300. Okay. And you should be aiming for this liquidity around 96,000, which is a very good 2.7 hour setup, a very interesting setup, I would say. So if somebody wants to risk a little bit for scalps, you can take this setup. I'm personally just gonna watch for any weakness in USDT DOM. The USDT dominance is also on the 4 hours time frame. If you see, it's doing great, but at this moment we are forming a very good bad divergence. So this is what the bad divergence looks like. The RSI is higher highs and the price lower highs. So that is a very good thing for USDT DOM. Second most important thing about the USDT DOM, I was so right about it, very confident about it. When people were like, we would just simply pump up, I mentioned that this is reject. We longed here. If you remember, Bitcoin, we longed around this. And I also gave you that, it's just going to dump. Don't worry about it. I personally think that BTC is a very good levels around 91,856 to maybe it can even dump to 99,963. It's like a 1K because we have an order block. We have a very good order block. You see, it's a very good order block over here. So our stop loss is under the order block. Mostly it's safe. Normally wave 4 don't go under 618. So normally it never even go under 0.55. So this is a very good levels. USD dominance is forming like a good bad average on the 4 hours time frame. And I personally think that longs make sense at this point, just like a scalps. Don't take it as like a swings scalps, but the risk should be managed carefully. You should manage your risk. And also here we have a good bearish order block. So we are just testing inside the order block, and you can also say that it's like more of a some sort of a premium zone. So the USD dominance premium zone is here, and your discount zone is here. So as and when with price goes, yeah, of course it's a discount zone. So you squeeze up, you take out, and then we are going to premium zone. So we just really need a range formation. We go up here, we come back down and do something. But then remember, this is what is important. There is a very good doji. So what might happen on the 4 hours time frame, even though we are having a bad divergence over here, what we can do is we can just probably form another bull divergence, meaning we can just probably do something like this. One more sweep on the downside to 1618, form another bull divergence over here from these levels, or from here, whatever, another bull divergence, and then run up. And then the next run would be a nasty run. Basically, it's going to be like the top, the full-fledged top. So I do think at this point, looking to the USD dominance, I think that one more wave is missing. This is like a wave 1, 2, and then you had a massive move on the downside with the wave 3, A, B, C, wave 4. Just take the liquidity. That's all. That liquidity grab is happening. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 5. So this is how I want to see. Somehow one more wave on the downside is missing. Okay. I'm taking a very small risk on this scalp. Longing right now at 91,855. I won't risk big like the way I did it yesterday on both the BTC long. Like it was not a scalp. It was like the big positions. I'm just going to go with like a very small risk, and the stop loss is going to remain same, aiming for 96K, and yeah, that's what we will aim. Okay, my friends. And very importantly, it's a good levels, very good levels. Okay. Let me just probably go long. Stop loss would be 90,266. Ideally, it should be 90,069, but I'm just simply going to, I just don't want to have a big stop loss. So my entry is 91,803.7. That's my entry. And my stop loss is already mentioned, 90,266. Let's see. Our take profit targets would be 96K. But as soon as it goes around 93, 90, 93.2, just move the stop loss. I'm just going very small, guys. Very small on this stream. Okay. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. The reason I'm longing, 2 reasons. Yes, USD dominance is having a bear divergence over here. Also, we are going into the order block for the USD dom, or you can even say the premium zone for the USD dominance. The exact premium zone is here. Let me just, this is your premium zone. This is where, I mean, we can even take for the liquidity, but that's fine. I think that this is a very good A, B, and a C wave, irregular expanded flat sort of thing. And then we can just probably do something like this, one more down. And if it flips here, you know what's going to happen then. Then probably we just look for upside. But most likely, in my view, we will be rejecting. So, yeah. Let me just probably give it in the Discord as well if few members are not here. $91,803 stop loss 9266.2. Good. So this is really clean. I mean, the USD dominance is like is looking great for rejection. One more down is missing. So now let's come back to the week of accumulation, guys. Yes, this is what the week of I have. Maybe we can have one more push up, but overall, I see it trending on the downside around 78,000 or anywhere under. I mean, anything around 80,600. Anyway, just a small wick probably, and kalas, things would be great. This is what I have for the week of perspective for BTC. Now on the lower term time frame, guys, this is what I have. Now let's discuss about the higher term time frame. So what does the higher term time frame looks like? So higher term time frame, guys, it's not tricky. You guys knows my plan, what I really have or hold for BTC in 2026. I already mentioned what is awaiting for Bitcoin in 2026. So first of all, the cipher that I played the shark that I played for BTC perfectly played out. I have been very vocal about this shark. I posted this shark when BTC was at 124k. I posted around June, July. It just went, it dumped. Then I again mentioned that this is the red box anywhere between 124.8 to 16. This 1414 to 1618 is where you should risk off. You should risk off everything. And then, it just had a top. It started dumping. Remember one thing, guys, the top is not in. The top is not in. I mean, the HTF top is not in. The hard on time frame top is not in. So we are going to get a massive pullback probably. Where would we get the pullback? I'll also give you that number as well. Remember, but that's not a bear market. Your bear market means the bear market for BTC starts only and only when we go under 24k. That is going to be the real bear market. Basically, it will just probably push BTC towards 10k, maybe even lower. So that is going to be the bear market. Right now, we are in the middle of a bull run. And in the middle of bull run, you see a major dip. So you don't have to worry about those dips. If you are investors, yes, as an investor, this red box was your risk off box. If you would have listened or hear my stream previously or have followed me on X, you would have known how this shark normally plays. The normal shark target, where is the target? What target, price targets the shark? Normally, this targets anywhere between the previous all-time highs and 74.5k, anywhere between this. This is the target for shark, kalas. Once we go down here, we sweep this, kalas. The shark is done. Then no shark. Shark has played out. Then probably we look for other opportunities. Then we look for other, confluences. Okay. So one thing, the shark is playing out very nicely. Now we look for my target as to what probably we can target for 2026. Okay. So 2026, we are looking for, this cipher. The cipher has been very, very, very good. It has played many times, ample of times for me personally. So I'm really, really happy. I'm really, really happy about it. So cipher is something that I personally like it, I personally like it. Normally, this is the cipher I have played in, if you remember, I played the very similar cipher in 2022 when I started longing BTC around 16k. I built a massive position on BTC. I was very bullish about that BTC at that point of time. We had a very similar cipher over here as well. As you can see, it was a massive cipher, and which ended up with 886 Fibonacci levels. Now I'm not going to aim for 886, but I'm just aiming for 786, and the 786 fibs will rise around 36,000. So the top, in my view, the bottom would be anywhere between 39k to 36k, maybe even 30k, but anywhere in between. It's a 6K difference, not much. So that's where the bottom would be. This is where I feel the bottom for the market for BTC would be. And I don't consider this as a bear market. I see this as more of a pullback in a primary bigger bull run. So this is like a pullback in a primary bigger bull run. It might possible that we can even go for 886 Fibonacci levels, but that's it. That's the final 886, which is going to be around 26.4. That's the reason I mentioned. If the bear market normally will start, I would say this is the bear market only and only when we go under $24,000. Okay, because that literally invalidates this cipher, and we can even go for a massive shark or something like this. But at this moment, I really don't see that happening. So this is the target for probably 2026, and you should be accumulating BTC in 2026 around those levels. Most importantly, you need to check the levels. We have the bull fibs, we have everything, and just like fibs, you know, the fibs normally never lie. This is a very bullish fib. So the bullish fib target is minimum target is $210,000. That's the target for BTC, and I would say the 0.382 is where your bottom is more likely going to be. So this is where the bottom would be for 2026 mostly, and this is where the top would be for. It's 210,000 minimum. I'm saying, not maximum, minimum. We can even go for a full and final extension of 4236. No, people might feel that, hey, where is 4618? No, I normally go for 4236. And then it can even pump up to $250,000 minimum for a wave 3 actually. So we go up here, one more down, as I mentioned. This is the liquidity that we have. We don't take that liquidity. We go up here, then we dump like this, take the liquidity, bounce, dump, form bottom, accumulation, run up. Then we go for a journey like a price discovery mode, 209,000, a big sort of, you know, dump like this. And then we go for a final push up for a wave 3. So this is going to be wave 3. Then again, accumulation will happen. And then we go for a final wave 5. And that final wave 5 would aim anywhere between 400,000 to 500,000, 500,000 to 400,000, anywhere in between it will top. So when you are seeing a target of $400,000, of course, this is not a bear market. This is like a middle of, you know, bull run. It's like a pullbacks that we are going to get for the bull run. I hope you're getting my point. So that's my bigger plan for BTC. Okay, well, just give me a moment. The 4-hour is slightly losing the momentum. One sec. Okay, we are still good. Still, we are above 90,963. We are still good. So it shouldn't be a problem. But once it loses, then we will have issue. We'll just probably close it. We won't wait for it to hit our stops. We'll just probably close it. It will be just like 0.5 or something like that. But that is your wave 4, and this is where your wave 4 normally should come, because if we go under, or if we lose the $90,200, then probably the top is in, and probably any bounce you get it's just gonna keep on dumping. USD dominance is in the premium zone, and the liquidity has grabbed. Again, we have a bad divergence on 4-hour. On 1-hour, no divergence. We do have another divergence on 1-hour. Another bad divergence. Let's just see my divergence indicator. What did it? Yeah, we have a MACD, histogram, RSI, stochastic. We have a bad divergence, so nothing to worry about. It just hold for now. This is a very interesting, in my view, a very, very interesting wave 4. And what was this line? Yeah, keep it. So you already see my bull fibs. You have seen the cipher. This is the plan for 2026, guys. I know many of you guys have hopes for BTC or market going nuts, and you really want to make lot of money. 2026 will be more about preserving capital. You play small, you compound. You play small, you compound, and the time comes you go all in, because when the bigger dip comes, you start with the spots. Okay, don't rush with the futures or perhaps go with the spots. You buy spot BTC, you buy spot Ethereum, you buy spot Solana, whatever else you want. Not the shit coins, but the good alts. And you can go for, after buying the spots, you can open a coin margin long positions. For those who really don't know about the coin margin longs, I have played in 2022. I've mentioned to a lot of people on how to play this. You simply have to buy the coins, and once you have bought the coin, you hold the coin. Instead of USDT, you normally use USDT for perhaps, right? To long, you use USDT. Here, to long or to short, you will be using your coins like BTC, Ethereum, or Solana. And whatever the profits you make you make profits in those coins. So if BTC pumps 100%, you make 100% of gains in BTC. If you long one BTC, you make one BTC profits. How this gives you more heads up, or sort of more good gains compared to the USDT. So let's assume that BTC goes to $30,000, for example, and you bought one BTC. Okay. Now you bought one BTC and immediately you open 3x coin margin longs on BTC. So your long size would be 3 BTC, okay? So you have one physical BTC and you have opened 3 BTC long. Now let's say BTC goes to 60K, which means 100% gains, which means your profit would be 3 BTC. So if you take profits, you would have 4 BTC and not 1. So you had 4 BTC and then the price is at $60,000. So practically you owe your net worth increased from 30K to roughly around $240,000. Okay, 6 4s are 24. So what happened is that you earned coins, you gain coins, and on top of that, those coins, on the back of the calculation, those coins appreciated in value. So you made 2 gains. Now just see an example. If you would have just simply longed USDT, let's say you have 30,000 USDT, you did not bought any coins, you long 3x, what would be your position size? Your position size would be 90K, $90,000. If BTC pumps 100% from 30,000 to 60,000, you would have made 100% gains, which is your profits would be $90,000. That's it. After there'll be fees. So I'm just not talking about fees, because the fees will remain here in BTC as well as it will remain in USDT as well. So still the coin will give you more and more good value. So that's why I normally use coin margins, guys, when we are looking for some big swings, not for scalps. It won't be useful for scalps, and especially it won't be useful for shorts. Okay, coin margin is very much profitable when you're looking for some big swing longs and not shorts. It doesn't make sense to hold the coins when the market dumps. Even if you make, let's say, good coins, you make 1 million on Sol on the short, and if Solana goes to $0, the coin doesn't make sense. I mean, it's just like zero. The value is 0. So short doesn't make sense for coin margins. So that's the overall plan. The levels that we are looking for this year, 2025, is the levels. I am expecting BTC to retest at least 87,400. That's 2026 open. And also, after maybe one more push up, or maybe from here, if it rejects simply, what we can expect is from here, we can have a bounce probably like this. and then we can go down like this. We have a nice liquidity, we have a good liquidity, so I would like to see something like this. And once we see the sweep, you will see a massive push up like this. This is gonna be a massive push up. Clearly this is what I expect for BTC, and that's where we can long good amount of BTC. You can even have some coin margins as well, but it's a bit risky, you know, here for scalps. So that's what I have for BTC. USA DOM I already mentioned. Others crypto market cap, very bullish. I'm so damn bullish on it. I was the one that mentioned that we'll be aiming for 786, 183 billion, and even 175 billion if it gives us, because it's a very good support. We just bounced from 786 Fibonacci levels. I think it's not yet done. We are missing one more wave up, and that was the plan, guys. So this is like wave 1, 2. That's like a wave 1, 2. That's our wave 3. And now we're doing wave 4, and that's we have support. So just take it, and then we go up like this, wave 4, take it, wave 5, take it, wave 5 or 5, and khalas. So it's like a round top, and we go for ABC, meaning I am expecting it not to give you any massive dump, but I'm expecting it to give you somewhere around, you can expect somewhere around 786, 196 to 205 billion, anywhere in between it will give you, anywhere in between. This is what I expect. This is where the next dip should be for altcoins, and this is exactly what I think, that altcoins are definitely looking great. The worst case scenario, in case if this is the top, meaning that the whole move up is not 5 waves, and the whole move up is simply ABC, meaning this is A, B, C, B. It's a regular expanded flat, and this pump was wave C. This is the top, probably this is the top, and we will be aiming for A, and maybe one more down like this is a possibility, along with BTC. This is the possibility. So honestly speaking, longs are not favorable when we are very close to the premium zone. So that's your premium zone over here. So longs are not favorable because the upside potential is limited. It's like 3%, 2% max. So the longs are not favorable there at this point. So we'll be looking for longs around the 786 to 261 at Fibonacci levels. That's the logical way of looking others crypto market cap at the moment. Total crypto market cap. I mentioned the total crypto market cap looks great, and I'm aiming for higher towards GP zone, which is missing. And let's see what we get it. But for now, I think total crypto market cap seems to me like another 1, 2, 3, 4, one more push, just one more push up, and then probably dump like this. Or might be the top is in, and simply this is wave C top, and we just go for a bearish retest to 3.17 trillion and then dump like this, meaning the BTC top is in, but we go for a bearish retest like this, you know, one more time and then dumps. And that's the reason I'm telling you, as soon as BTC goes around 92,000, cross 92,000, 92,300, just move your stops to break even and just write. Okay, that's what you should do. Let's talk for Ethereum. So I really don't have I would say Ethereum, I still have the same plan for ETH, no changes. I have this harmonic, and it's playing out. 786 has been tested, 3,300. I mentioned when we were here, I mentioned that it's gonna break out, and it just perfectly break out. And from here went for almost 8% move. Amazing. ABCs is like, Ethereum is honestly speaking to me like it's done with the 5 waves. I really don't see any logic in ETH. It's 5 waves are done, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is done with the 5 waves. So Ethereum is slightly tricky in my view, and I have kept the old levels because I just want to see how 2024 value area high is going to be tested. This pattern normally means that Ethereum have one more down left. We need Ethereum to go around these levels of 2,536 and maybe even 2,273. So Ethereum is still not out of the woods. Okay, I will be bullish on ETH only and only when we are flipping 3,351. So till we don't flip the EM at 200, I really expect ETH to probably go down a lot. Okay, talking about gold. Gold, very interesting. Gold, I think it's aiming for the last wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So one more push up, and the 5 waves are done for gold. Meaning that what might happen is we go up here, 4,600, 4,700. We do something like this, A, B, C, and we come back down to test 4,049. And this is going to be a very interesting sort of thing. And then after which accumulation happens, and then by end of the year, gold goes for $5,300, $5,500. So that's my plan for gold. Looking very bullish. The most important plan is here, and that's silver. Silver, I have two theories. First is I was bullish on silver when we were here. I mentioned that we are aiming for minimum of 81.1 to 786 Fibonacci levels, which is already here. So the plan one is already there on the screen, 5 waves up, and we should be rejecting around these levels. That's it. The top should be here. If this is the top, it should be here. And this is where the rejection normally happens. And in case if it wants to go for irregular expanded flat, we can simply go make new all-time highs again around 84.3 to 85. Then we reject, then we come back down to support $72 and maybe even 71. Accumulate a little bit, form accumulation, a triangle, and then we go for a final breakout towards $110. So it's like what gold did. So just like we just formed something like this, a very good triangle formation or ascending triangle structure. And ascending triangle structure normally would take silver to almost I would say double the price, meaning that it's a very bare minimum target. I'm telling you guys, bare minimum. I'm telling you that it's $70. If it gives you can expect the price to double almost, meaning that the price can really goes to $140. It's a very bare minimum, I'm telling you, which is here 140. I personally expect silver to push around $175, $200 this year, 2026, and I'm very bullish on it. And probably that is where I'm aiming to sell my silver, because the rumors are already there in the market that people have found an alternative to silver and they're looking for copper to make batteries, EV batteries, and blah blah shit. So the copper is also looking good. I'm long on copper personally, around 10,600 something per ton, and right now it's around $12,800, $13,000. I expect it to go around 18, 19,000. Of course, you can't buy physical, but you can have longs. I have a good long position, and I think silver is aiming for a bigger run up. So if you just look at the bigger picture for silver, you see we just have broke out of the bigger cup and handle. So the bigger cup and handle normally targets around 2414 fib. So 2414 is going to be your top for silver. Maybe this top is going to be around, this top will be for like few years in my view, personally speaking. And if you look at the cycles for silver, if you just look at this, it matches with the cycle we had in 1979, 1980. So if you just look at this cycle that we had around 1979, 1980, okay? So just imagine the cycle that we had, 1979 here, and then you had an explosive cycle between this. So this is what exactly, sorry, my bad. Till here, okay? So we 79, 1980, perfect. In between those period, what happened? Silver broke out of the previous all-time highs around here, and from the previous all-time highs, if you just look at the number previous all-time highs over here, what silver do? Silver just did 6x, 600% gains. Okay, that was what silver did. Now I normally don't talk in percentage terms. I normally would like to see how the things played out from Fibs perspective. It just went to 3618 and it went slightly higher than 3618. So let's put one more Fib above. It's 3618 is our full-fledged extension of this whole run. So let's put one more Fib around, like you can say 4236. Normally that should be the top. So yeah, 4236. Now talking to this thing for silver, between this period that we are watching, we can replicate, or I personally think that we are likely going to replicate this whole silver thing. And I personally think that your breakout, the breakout has, I would not consider the 3618 from here. I would consider 3618 from these levels. Okay, so your 3618 and 4236 perfectly lies around 167 to 175, and hence I think this year silver is likely going to top somewhere from the previous highs. This is the $30 was the previous highs. From there we are likely going to top anywhere around 130 to $170, which is around 450% gains. Might just go push for, if you're lucky, we can go for like $200, but that's it. I'm really happy. So I'm telling you guys, this year we will see an aggressive pump across the board. The price will double on silver. Okay, very much doubling from, it's just going to create a chaos in the market, lot and lot of FOMO. But you know where you need to exit. Okay, if you're exiting around $200, anywhere from 167 to 175, 167 to $200 is like 90% move. Don't worry about it. Just exit and don't look it back. Even if it pumps from here to 387, it's just another 100% move. But you can't risk your profits you made at $200, like dumping another 60%. 60%. You can't take that 60% risk to make just 100%. That don't make sense. What makes sense as an investor, what makes sense for you is to buy shit ton of silver around $70 to $60 to $68, 60, even 66 would not. That's like a 7 to 8, 10% risk maximum, 7 to 10% risk, but to make, like, how much we are talking, even if it goes to $180 to $200, you're talking about 174% gains, which is a massive. So that risk is something you can take it. It's a worth it. That risk is worth it. Okay, so your target, 2026 target for silver, in my view, should be 3618 to 4236 Fibonacci levels, anywhere between $140 to $167, and might just go for a wick. It's like a wick, an extension can happen probably till $200. Just probably touch 200 and reject. Sharp rejection will happen, and you will see a bear market probably going forward in after this pump, because the way we have seen in 1980, okay, after topping out, we will see a massive crash in silver like this. This is what it's going to do for the next few years after that. So probably it will just dump 89, 90% like, BTC normally does. So then probably silver is going to do something like this. Accumulate for another few years and then probably go for $1,000. Okay. Everything goes for a toss. Similarly, if you look at gold as well, what happened during 1979, 1980 for gold, you can just see. I'm just showing you a glimpse of what gold is going to do. So this is what your 1979, this was your previous all-time highs for gold, and from 1978 till 1979 to 1980 we went to around 7618 Fibonacci levels, literally 7618. So silver just did 3618, or you can say 4236. Gold did 7618. Okay, and if I just normally draw the normal Fibonacci levels, yeah, you can put the 7618 over here, 7618, and you will get the top $810, close to those numbers. A very similar thing probably we are expecting, or I am expecting clearly for gold. A very clear number I have in my mind. This is your previous all-time highs, and of course this time I don't expect 7618. It's a massive number, honestly speaking, but what I'm expecting is not the 7618 from not the 7618 from this bottom, from here, not 7618 from there, but this 7618 is coming from wave 1 and 2. Okay, so that 7618 is around $7,516. That's what I expect. I'm just going to remove all the fibs. Just going to keep this as a target, 7618. So you can expect gold to top around 7,500 to anywhere between $8,000 top, which also aligns with my wave counts like this, and a parabolic curve formation. This top should happen probably by end of this year or by next year, early next year. So the parabolic pump will start on gold this year. I'm expecting gold to probably give a massive push up till $5,100 to $6,000. Then go for a wave 4, the bigger wave 4. Look at this: wave 1, wave 2, wave 4, and then wave 5. Normally wave 4 can even be a shallow wave 4, so that's a possibility. But the gold is going to top around 7,516, and once it tops, we can probably dump another 50-60% in gold. Okay, so cash is the king. Cash is the king. Once we reach our target, cash will be the king. So that's all, guys, for today's stream, and I hope you have been very clear about what I'm expecting for the market in 2026. Don't have high hopes for the market, guys, but we need to preserve capital. I'll help you. If you are not in our Discord, join. And also, if you like to support this stream, go to the Bybit and create an account over there, and we can trade with the Bybit. USDT, I expect a rejection. It's a very clean ABC, very good divergence I see. The 15-minute chart speaks itself. It's like 1, 2, wave 3, maybe one more push up to take this liquidity. Okay, this liquidity is grabbed. Maybe we can go here, one more push up, like a rounded top, and then we can dump like this. Okay. However, if I see we are flipping up, we are not losing, and the RSI is resetting, then probably we'll aim for we'll cut our longs, and we would aim for shorts then. But for now, I think longs are good on the lower term time frame for scalps. So that's all, guys, and have a nice night. Bye bye. Take care.